What's up, y'all? Come see me at the Avenue July 7th for Dripping Under the Sea fashion show. I'll be wearing Authentic Trash clothing line, and I'll be walking there, so come see me. Hey, y'all, this is the year of the peach, so stay tuned. Stay lit, remain humble.
Stay lit, remain humble. I got a special guest today, Peaches. What's going on? So, yeah, I mean, tell the people, where did you get your name from?
I got my name in 7th grade from a guy named Slrh and Kat, one of my best friends from high school.
Okay.
7th grade, I just wore like a hella perfume to school, like from Bath and Body Works that smelled like peaches.
Okay.
So all my friends was really trying to cap on me and make fun of me all day about how I smelled like peaches, and they kept it going like the next day. So ever since then, all the teachers and everybody at Clark just call me Peaches.
Facts. When I met you, that was your name. I mean, but that's good though. It's not bad.
No.
But I mean, okay. So I mean, tell the people, what do you do?
Oh, I do a lot. So I used to be in the Army. I was in the Army for 6 years.
What made you go to the Army?
I wanted to help pay for college and just be different and do something different.
Okay.
I think I was the only one from my graduating class that immediately went to the Army. And the teachers was mad. Clark was so mad that I went to the Army and didn't go to college.
Right.
But, so I went there to pay for college, basically.
Okay. And was it a good decision to go to the Army? Because you know, so many there's like a stigma about going to the Army. So.
Yeah. The Army was a great experience for me. It really made me realize what I was capable of. And being able to do that and see a lot of people who didn't make it through. So it was a good experience, but after boot camp and stuff, it was a waste of time.
Really?
It was a waste of time.
So would you go back and do it again, or?
I would for the life experience of it. I would.
So what happened after you left the Army?
Left the Army. Well, while I was still in the Army, I was in the National Guard, so I still got to do school and work and stuff. I started working at PetSmart while I was in college, just as like a part-time job to pay bills. And then started off as a bather, and then went to grooming school and started grooming through them. I worked at about 5 different salons within PetSmart and got transferred around a lot. Then I went to Columbus and got promoted to be a salon manager to open one of their new stores. So I got to do that, and they ended up screwing me over really bad. And I actually won an award for their company. I was the top in their region, the whole region of stores to beat a certain amount of sales at a new store that's ever done in PetSmart. So they got sent to Phoenix and got to meet all the corporate companies and stuff, but I ended up having to quit because when my ex-husband was deployed to Korea, I had to move back home because I didn't have any family or friends. I mean, I had friends in Columbus, but not to pick up my daughter from school, stuff like that. So I decided to move back home when he would get deployed to Korea. So when I went to transfer, they said I could only work at all hours of the day. Like, there had to be a total open availability, but I had to drop my daughter off at school or pick her up. So they ended up telling me I could work 2 days a week or quit. And even after I had done all that for the company.
That's crazy.
So I quit, and I found a job 3 days later, a better one.
Right. So I know you was talking to me about your grooming service. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So I run a grooming department out of for VCA Animal Hospital in College Hill. And it's called Lawrence Lavish Grooming. You can find it on Facebook. And I basically just do a lot of creative grooming. I really focus on the artistic side of it. It's my passion. I've done it for 9 years now. So
like give us some details about what type of dogs you groom and what do you do for them? Or animals, period.
Well, I do dogs and cats. So any breed, any size. I really specialize in hand scissoring, poodles, and like I said, the creative grooming. So color. I'm real extra myself. So I love to be extra on the dogs and put my creative touch on every dog that I do. So I put little jewels on them or earrings. I give them a little tramp stamp on the back. So any kind of color that people want, like I love doing, like making them. I did one that looked like a tiger, and I did one girl for Pride yesterday. We did rainbow ears and a rainbow tail.
So you can dye the hair of the dog. My girl was just talking about we have a Chihuahua at home.
Okay.
And she wants to dye the hair of the Chihuahua. I'm just like, no.
Yeah, there's a big stigma on it. Like some people love it and like, oh, that's so cute, and then there's some people that's like, oh my God, they're hurting the dogs. But people are so ignorant that they don't know, like they make dog specific hair dye now. Oh, you have to pay like it's the best product out there, but it's a dog hair dye that I use. I use the top quality products on all my dogs, and I had never had a client come back to me and say, oh, it's been hurt or anything.
Right, okay. And what got you into grooming?
Well, growing up, I bred yellow labs my whole life. So I was always an animal person. I had ferrets, I had a raccoon, frogs. I was a tomboy through and through. I was just always around animals. So I know I wanted to work with animals. It's just so funny how I stumbled upon it. I was like, oh, I just need a part-time job. I work at PetSmart and bathe dogs, and ended up being really good at it and just making it my passion. Okay.
So can people, like off the street come into you, or how does that work?
Yeah, anybody, as long as you have a rabies shot for your dog, that's all we require to see. Okay. And even what's unique about my place too is that a lot of times their dogs are aggressive, or they have health issues, or they're seniors and they can't be groomed at a lot of these other places. Like PetSmart will turn away a dog for anything. Because they have a lot of liability, because there's so many things happening, and everybody will sue them for anything. My area is I can put them, sedate them, give them light sedation, because the vet is on site and they have all that there. So if they're very aggressive, that I can actually get the groom done, whereas they would just get sent away at other groomers.
Okay. And then also you don't just do that. You also you started modeling. Yeah. What made you get into modeling?
I always wanted to model. My friends, because I'm tall and skinny, I have like a model figure or whatever. I got bullied for it forever. But so I always wanted to do it. But I actually got married at 18. So and my husband was very controlling and.
Well, hold on, stop there. Why did you get married at 18? Like, why did you get married so young?
It was. In the Army, that's kind of very common, basically, because what the Army does is they dangle to pay your bills, basically, if you're married. So that's the thing to do when in the Army is you're young and you're like, oh, well, let's just get married. We're living together anyways. We just get married. We love each other. We'll get married and then we get our bills paid too. Right. At the time, I was young and stupid and thinking like we're like great love. Right. So we got married really quick. I got married 6 months after meeting him.
Why so? I mean, not to be disrespectful, but why so soon though? Like what? Like
again, love at first sight. It was love at first sight. Like it was just crazy. I don't even know how it happened because I only dated not even dated, just saw like 6 guys before I met him. So I never really dated or anything. Right. Like just met him and then we got married 6 months later, and it was just.
And then since we on this topic, I know you just recently you had just finalized your divorce.
Well, not final or anything, but I filed for divorce. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And then you you kind of like went viral about it, like in Cincinnati to me, because I felt like that
was just a single.
I was sitting here like I didn't know people did that when they filed for divorce. Like so, what did that do for you?
Oh my God, it was the most freeing thing of it. Like the last 10 years that I've been, it was just controlling, and to finally file for divorce from such a traumatic part of my life, it was just so freeing for me. And I was so happy to make, like, all my friends and family for years are like, leave him, we hate him, like, please leave him. So finally, after just being able to let it all go and start fresh and this whole year has just been year of the peach.
Right.
Year of the peach, like, and starting over, because I got 10 years to make up for it.
Right.
Like, so I lost a lot of my younger years that I'm kind of trying to get back.
What was one of the biggest part? Like, what was one of the something like? Was it holding you back? Is that what you're saying? Like, it held you back from?
Oh, for sure. He held me back in so many ways. Like, my one friend always says, like, once I filed for divorce, first thing she said was, "I can't wait to see what you become now."
Right.
Because she knew that I've been held back for so long and what my potential is and could be. I could have done so many things and missed so many opportunities over the years that I could have taken advantage of,
right.
but couldn't because he was active duty Army. So I was always on the back burner of my career. Any type of thing. I wanted to be on Survivor and all those kinds of things, but it's never possible with an active duty Army spouse because you don't know where you're going, you know where you're going to be. You're only in place for every 2 to 3 years. I moved 8 times in the last 8 years.
Around the country?
Around in the East Coast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and while you were in the Army, like where places did you get deployed to?
I didn't get deployed.
No,
he got deployed.
He got deployed. Okay. So, I mean, okay, moving forward past that, what can we expect now from Lauren, or Peaches, sorry, in 2019 since, that's behind you?
Yeah. I mean, sky's the limit. Like, I'm going for everything that I wanted to do for all these years. Like, I'm just going for all of it.
Okay.
Like, I'm not hesitating no more. I'm not wasting no more time. Like, that's been my motto. Just do it. Like, with the modeling, which it was so funny how that even started was I did a surprise boudoir photo shoot for my ex-husband.
What's that? What's boudoir?
It's like lingerie, like just like a sexy photo shoot. Okay. So like give your man or whatever, it's like a gift. And I did that for him so when he went to Korea, like he would have like pictures and stuff.
All right, okay.
So I took those pictures and then the photographer I worked with recommended that I was really good, or I should submit those pictures to an agency.
Right.
So I kept shooting with him and doing other like fun stuff, and then submitted all those pictures to an agency, and I heard back in 3 days.
Okay.
So I think it's just funny how it all started.
Okay. So with modeling now, like where are you trying to go? I know there's like, I guess, are there different avenues in modeling? Yeah,
I mean there's different kinds. So there's like an editorial fashion, do both of like a fashion and commercial look.
Okay.
And I've been just working with a lot of local photographers now, just trying to get different pictures and so I can take good pictures for different photographers.
Okay. Now with the modeling agency, like how do you go about getting searched or looked at? Do you just send pictures off, or do you have like an agent, or how does that work?
Yeah, we have an agent. I submitted my pictures online with the application, so I gave them all the pictures I had, and then gave them my stats and stuff. And gave basically like why I wanted to be with their agency. And then they emailed me back, and then I had an interview with the agent. And then I got a call like a week later saying that I got accepted for it. So I've been doing modeling classes with them every other Wednesday with a photographer named Chris Kaufman.
Shout out to Chris.
And been learning a lot with him. He's a great teacher. And I'm doing a fashion show at the Avenue July 7th. A local guy who makes clothes saw me on Instagram. Asked me to walk in the show for him and wear his clothes.
And what are your inspirations in modeling? Like what drives you to want to be a model?
It's another creative outlet for me. Like I said, I love art. Like I'm able to paint and draw very well. Again, grooming is a creative outlet for me. I get creative. So photography and modeling is just another form of that. It's a different kind of art. So I love the best part of it, the photo shoots, is like coming up with the idea of like what you want to portray or get a feeling out of. So buying all the props and stuff, or picking out what clothes I'm gonna wear, which I provide all my clothing and fashion, and do my own makeup and stuff too.
So I mean, out of all of this, like, do you have like certain models that you look up to, or you check out, or you follow and stuff like that?
Yeah, I've just now started getting into that. I really haven't ever had like a model to look up to or anything like that I'm really paid attention. Because Tyra Banks is probably be cool to be on Merch model.
Right. Okay.
But
we might see you in Fashion Week one day.
Who knows? maybe.
Okay. And then you also were talking about going to Survivor. You wanted to be on Survivor. What was that about? Like what's that about? Because when I watch Survivor, I'd be like, I can't do that shit.
I know a lot of people say that. Oh. It is another challenge for me, and I'm still gonna reapply. And I think this year I have a better shot at getting it, just because my story has changed so much. I applied last year, and I got a call back to do interview with them and filled out a huge application, but didn't make it all the way through the auditions. But I think it was a good sign that they at least saw interest in me. So
like, what is that?
It's a challenge for me, though. It's a challenge for me, like boot camp was basically. So I'll be able to have another life experience and push myself to new limits and kind of rediscover who I am.
Okay. So on Survivor, like have you like during the boot or during the training process, did they have you doing training stuff, or you just filled the app out and you didn't get that far?
They don't do any type of training. No.
Nothing. So they just throw you out there.
Yeah, and I know Montessori is very much like Survivor too, though.
Hey. Hi.
Can you go in your room, please?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Fine.
Silly. No, but they don't do any type of training. It's a very long interview process, basically, just a trial of elimination.
Right.
So I'm definitely going to reapply this year and kind of retell my story of how different it was from last year. Because last year I played I'm an Army wife.
Right.
Really? City, go. Where's your iPad? She wants to steal the show.
It's okay.
She wants all the attention.
It's okay. But I heard you say like Montessori, like it was like Survivor. And like, we went to Montessori school. Tell the people how Montessori school is different from a regular, I don't know. Can you tell people how it's different from a regular education?
I try to explain it to people because you always get is that a private school?
Right.
You always get that question. No one's ever heard of Montessori for whatever reason. But Montessori to me is just like, it's about, Montessori taught us how to be good people. I feel like it's more geared towards the values and like. It's very liberal as well,
definitely.
Which I like. So, we have to call our teachers by our first names. Like, it kind of puts us all on a level playing field rather than, like, the teachers, like, tell you what to do and stuff. Like, so we just sit on the floor and take our shoes off, be more relaxed, and not just, like, in desks. I like that they merged the ages, so there was, like, a leader and a father, like, so they could see how to act and what to do. And then the intercessions, being able to go and travel. I traveled a lot with Clark. I went, Andros. I did Mexico and Costa Rica, which all three of those trips were life-changing.
Right. And what did those trips do for you at such a young age?
And like I said, it's life-changing. It gives you, I'm so thankful that I got to experience different cultures at such a young age.
Right.
That's so important. For children to experience different culture and different things at a young age so that you don't grow up ignorant.
Yeah, ignorant, you have respect for other people and stuff like that. Definitely.
So I fell in love with Latin culture when I went to Mexico.
Really?
I came back like, I'm about to be fluent. I met this boy named Luis there. He was the nicest person ever. Like, all the people there were great. I'm still friends with them to this day.
That's good.
On Facebook. And I just fell in love with the culture. I wanted to go to college for it and wanted to be fluent and everything. So they're great experiences.
Okay. And then you also, like, this is like you said, the year of the peach. You also, I think you said you were buying your first house this year?
I did, yeah. Oh my God, that was a whole experience in and of itself. But yeah, this is my house.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you. It was a long time coming. Like I said, I moved 8 times in 8 years.
Right.
So I had been, just begging my husband to finally buy a house and like lay down roots, which is, I grew up in Cincinnati my whole life.
Right.
So that was super important for me, and I really wanted Sydney to be able to grow up in Cincinnati.
Okay.
Be a natty girl.
A natty girl. So I mean, like, did you not like moving around, or
absolutely not?
And why'd you pick home? Like, why'd you pick Cincinnati to where you wanted to be at?
My tribe is here. I really, family and friends is so important to me.
Right.
And especially Sydney too. Like, she loves all of them. and they all help me, you know, because it is just me right now. So they all help me with her, and I couldn't be able to do the things I do without all of them.
Okay. And then how is it being a single mom? Like, I'm not, no disrespect, but how is it being a single mom now?
Yeah, well, I actually got to do it basically for a year prior because he was in Korea last year. So the first year was really hard doing it all by myself.
Right.
It was like a learning curve for sure. Like the first 2 months he was gone, I was like losing my mind.
Right.
You know, because I, take her to school, I get her ready, I drop her off, we do everything. Like I said, I have a lot of help with family and friends, and they just make it so much easier. But dating life is weird. That's just.
I mean, but you gotta get somebody that likes your kids though first, though.
Right. I mean, it helps me kind of be better trial elimination because it's just because I'm only free like every other weekend. So
right.
When I tell somebody,
right.
I'm busy as fuck, but just I never bring her around anybody.
Right.
So when someone asks me to hang out, I'm like, well, I'm free every other weekend, so. You can see me then, get in where you fit in.
Right, of course. That's what you're supposed to do. Family first.
Yep.
So, I mean, what is there, like, before we wrap it up here, like, out of 2019, what can we expect for you and what is there next to come?
Next to come, I'm going to get on Survivor. I'm going to keep trying to get on Survivor. Really just building up my grooming business. Okay. Again, trying to get more clients, especially that creative grooming side. So. Okay. And do it that way, and hopefully have a really good modeling career soon too. Trying to just get that going.
Okay.
My Instagram is theofficialpeach513.
Yep.
Sydney, look at that. Good job. Go pick it up. Pick it up. Sydney, get your iPad. Sydney. Got a friend. She takes it. Get your iPad. Thank you.
So tell people where we can find you at.
Yeah, so Instagram is theofficialpeach513, or 513peach is my personal one. And Facebook is VCA Lawrence Lavish Grooming for my grooming page.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, stay lit, remain humble. Talk to Peach. We out of here.